Good morning. I'm Carrie Holley-Hurt, your intern minister. Welcome home. Unitarian Universalism is unambiguously, unapologetically progressive. This church affirms the inherent worth and dignity of all people through anti-racism, anti-oppression, supporting the LGBTQIA+ community, working for reproductive justice, voting rights, and so many other issues as needed. We seek to build beloved community not only here, but in our surrounding area. And we bring a spirit of joy to it all. It is so good to be with y'all this morning. Please rise in either body or spirit for our opening hymn. I know this rose will open.
Good morning, everyone. My hopes are to do this as a canon this morning, but we actually don't have too many people on the side, so we'll just do it in two parts. And the second part will come in pretty much right after the first, but I'll give you a cue. So we'll sing it through once, and then we'll do the canon. After we do the canon, can you just hold your final pitch? Okay? Let's try it. Oh, we're on 396. Yeah, no, but what do you mean? What's a canon? Let's hold our questions. If you would like to ask a question, you are welcome to join the sing-along after the service. Side first, and 1, 2, 3. Right side. I know this road. I know 2, 3. Thank you. That was great. Take a seat.
Welcome to Live Oak Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is Tori Pritchard. One thing I love about Live Oak is the community.
You're allowed to change this.
Okay. I'd like to welcome any guests we have today. If this is your first time here, please stop by the visitors table so we can meet you and answer any questions you might have. As part of our mission, we want to enhance the connections between each of us and also with the outside world. You can stay connected with everything happening at Live Oak through our weekly email newsletter. There's a link on our homepage. And during this worship service, no need to put your phone away. We encourage you to post on social media things you hear today, maybe even an invitation for a friend to join you next week. And now, here and at home, let us light our chalices. This is Let There Be Light by Gordon B. McKean. Let there be light. Let it shine in dark places, in moments of pain, in times of grief, in the darkness of hatred, violence, oppression, where there is discouragement and despair. Wherever darkness is to be put to flight, let there be light. This is a congregation bound not by creed but by covenant. May those in agreement affirm this covenant now. We affirm in a caring community of and for all ages, seeking wisdom, doing service, and living with integrity. In our diversity, our covenant holds us in unity. as we celebrate our shared spiritual journey.
A special part of Unitarian Universalist Sunday service is a time of sharing joys and sorrows. It's a time where we can keep vigil for one another and be present for one another. Today, we don't have any in the box, but I know we're all holding on to something. Oh, wait. Love a late entry. All right, Henley, concerns. My concern is that Kalmia is moving. I'm so sorry. Happy for Kalmia. Yay. Okay. Late entries are closing in 2 seconds. Okay, August. I lost my tooth last night. Yay for milestones. That's wonderful. I also want to take a few moments to lift up our siblings at the Community Unitarian Universalist Church of Plano. Last week, their sacred space was attacked. We hold them, we grieve with them, and we send them our love. If you would like, in room 105, we have some notes you can fill out, and I will be available if anyone needs pastoral care. And if you need pastoral care beyond that, please reach out to Reverend Joanna, myself, or Chris. Often what's heavy on our hearts are our own fears that we've fallen short. We know we have left undone those things that ought to have been done, and we've done those things we ought not to have done. May we have the courage to be honest with ourselves, the willingness to make amends, and the compassion to accept forgiveness from others and from ourselves, trusting in the assurance that imperfection is expected and love is the guiding and healing force in which we align our lives.
Good morning. Welcome to the Wondering Time. Have you ever thought about what you put on in the morning? Like, do you have a favorite t-shirt? Yeah? Some people do. Yeah? A lot of times, I thought about what I was going to wear today. This is a very old shirt. Well, I can't say that, it's 2020. But it's got stains, it's got a couple holes. It is really important to me. This shirt is from the last youth con I attended in the state of Florida. It was designed by the youth and printed by the youth. And when I wear it, it makes me proud to be a UU. It reminds me, it dresses me in empowerment and community and love. So a lot of times when we look around, we can see somebody wearing a shirt. And I'm like, I see someone wearing Austin City Limits. So when I see that t-shirt, I kind of assume they like music. It's telling me something about them, right? Sometimes I see people wear like Minecraft shirts or the Avengers or cute kitties. And it tells me something about them, right? Maybe it gives me a little bit of an insight about them. And it's a form of nonverbal communication. So right now, let's just take a moment. Turn to someone next to you and just say, not everybody has on a t-shirt this morning, but what is it about that shirt that you like? Just share that with each other, or that top, or that blouse, whatever you have on. What do you like about it? Now sometimes, I'm going to let you wrap up that conversation. Yeah, it could be your favorite color. Could be it's comfortable. Maybe it brings back a memory, right? Do I have a volunteer of one person that learned something about someone they just spoke to? Just raise your hand if you learned something. She loves Halloween. One other person. Likes stripes. She likes stripes. I like it. Tina? She likes tie-dye. There you go. So today, I actually need a volunteer. Can I get a volunteer this morning? Henley, come on up. Because I'm going to need multiple hands here. So Henley, we're not going to look in the box quite yet. But today, Carrie is going to be speaking about the Bible for affirming people as affirming and what it means to. And so I thought, well, do kids know what affirming means? Affirming means to say something with conviction, something strongly or publicly. And Carrie's going to be talking about how the Bible can affirm that or how it doesn't. So, in the Bible, there's a passage that I want to share with you from Paul, and it is one of his letters to the Colossians, that teaches that God, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, we are to clothe ourselves in compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. And we're to forgive one another for things that have upset us, and over all of these virtues, to put on love, which binds everything together in perfect unity. So, Henley, we're going to open the box, and we're going to ask a question of the congregation. Are you ready? Yeah. What if, in the morning, and this is the tricky part, I'm going to let you pull out what's in the box. Yeah, all of them. I'm going to hand you a piece of tape. What if we were to choose, as we're choosing how we're going to dress for the day, right? What are we going to tell the world about us? What if we were to dress ourselves in gentleness? And we're going to take the tape. And may I have your permission to show you what I want you to do? Mm-hmm. I'm going to place this on your body. Is that okay? Yeah. What if we were to clothe ourselves in
humility?
What if we were to clothe ourselves in patience? Compassion. I know it's hard to do. That's why it's like, I need a helper. Yeah? And that's metaphorical and for real. How about if we clothe ourselves in kindness? And what if we wrapped it all in love? That we chose to wear love every single day, right? So I just want to point out that as Unitarian Universalists, our fourth source calls us to respond to God's love as found in our Jewish and Christian teachings, and to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. So I wonder, how will you or what will you choose to dress yourself in every day? And with that, our story is told. Thank you, Henley.
And now would you please rise in body or in spirit for the hymn Heart Wide Open.
So this is a new chant as well, so I'm going to kind of sing it. It repeats, so feel free to join in with me when you feel ready. I'm going to keep my heart wide open, though the waves gonna push you around. You gotta keep your heart wide open till your faith brings you back to solid ground. I'm gonna keep my heart wide open, though the waves gonna push you around. You gotta keep your heart wide open till your faith brings you back to solid ground. Ad-libs are always welcome. I'm gonna keep my heart wide open. Though the waves gonna push you around. I'm gonna keep your heart wide open till your faith brings you back to solid ground. One more time. I'm gonna keep my heart wide open, though the waves gonna push you around. You gotta keep your heart wide open till your faith brings you back to solid ground. Thank you. Take a seat.
A remix of Romans 8:38 by 39 by Reverend M. Jade Kaiser. For I am convinced that neither life nor death, neither things that bring us pleasure, nor the things that seek to make us feel shamed, neither threats from the state, nor any structure of dominance, neither the legacies of harm freshly unfolding, nor any that are still to come, neither the days when life feels unlivable, nor the days when loving yourself comes easy, neither doctrines of hate, nor pastors who condemn, neither respectability politics, nor bigots, nor bullies, neither fatigue nor passion, neither regrets, nor having zero cares left to give, neither the struggles we cannot yet name, nor the ones that always seem to stay the same, nor anything else in all of creation will be able to separate us from love.
was amazing. Thank you. So when I first conceived of this sermon, I had some pretty high ideals of what I was going to be talking about. As many of you know, I go to a Christian seminary. I have to learn biblical Greek. It's horrible. I cry a lot. Get into the Bible a lot, which I honestly love. I love to do exegetical work as a Unitarian Universalist. And so initially I was going to call it the Bible for Affirming You Use and give you some tips. But I'm sitting in a world full of Christian nationalism and fascism, and our siblings are just constantly attacked. And so as I was sitting there, I think the more honest title for this sermon is, the big reveal is not coming yet, sorry. Nope, yep. It's not there. The Bible, what's a you to do? You see, as a Unitarian Universalist, I like to repeat what Reverend Aaron White said about the Bible. I take it seriously, but I don't take it literally. Now, a long, long time ago, I took it very seriously and very literally. And then in the not-so-distant past, I took it neither. But many years into my deconstruction from fundamentalist Christianity, many years on my own spiritual formation as a Unitarian Universalist, 3 years into seminary, and again, living in a culture that feels completely dominated by fascism and Christian nationalism, I've come to take it very seriously. And I think we all should. I'm going to make an argument for that today. The first is, just as Chris showed, there is wisdom and beauty and inspiration in the Bible, right? Clothing ourselves in kindness and compassion and gentleness and humility. Thank you for being my billboard. Yes, this is amazing. Or how about 1 Corinthians 13? Love is patient, it's kind, it trusts, it protects, it always hopes. That's what I want to aspire to when it comes to love. That's the love I rely on. And when I don't feel love, when I'm feeling in a pit, when I don't feel like life is worth living, I think about the psalmist who said, even in the depths of Sheol, there you are. Now, it's taken a long time for me to get to this place, but there is wisdom and beauty and inspiration in the Bible, and I can take it without taking the Bible as my sacred text. The reason for that is that the Bible is like the most condensed library of a very specific group of people in the world, okay? It's written over 1,000 years by a whole bunch of different people who are living through a whole bunch of different times, right? Empires falling, empires rising, people getting out of slavery, people getting back into captivity. Things are going on because things happen over 1,000 period years, right? And people are writing about it. And while their culture and their context is so completely foreign to us, they're still asking questions that we ask. Who am I? What's my relationship to that which transcends? What's my relationship to you? Why do good things happen? Why do bad things happen? Do I have any control over them? These are just people asking the same questions we're asking. And of course, we're going to be able to go and pull out some inspiration and beauty and wisdom. Now, the second reason that we should keep it and take it seriously is the third principle: the acceptance of one another and the encouragement in our spiritual growth in our congregation. For me, coming from a place where I had to pretzel myself into the church I was in regarding what I believed, this is probably one of the most freeing principles to me. It says I get to have my own spiritual journey and I don't have to be afraid of it. I can go towards freedom. It's a beautiful principle that we hold. And unfortunately, sometimes it's more aspirational than lived. I've heard too many people tell me that when they share with other UUs their spiritual journey, that the Bible is precious to them, or that they follow the path of Jesus, that they are met with being mocked, being told they were silly, being told we don't believe that, which simply is just not true. That is not who we are as a people. We got to start living into this aspiration. I want to drive it home a little bit. Now, Howard Thurman. Does anyone know who Howard Thurman is? Some murmurs. Okay, good. Yay. Okay, so Howard Thurman was one of the most influential theologians. Thank you, friends. Theologians of the 20th century. He cultivated the idea of nonviolence. He cultivated the idea of beloved community, the things that we use in our faith. He was the mentor to Martin Luther King Jr., and he tells the story of his grandmother. She was born enslaved. She lived through the Civil War. She lived through her freedom. And she would tell him to come over and read the Bible to her. And she would say, read anything. Just don't read me any of that Paul stuff. Yes. I think we would have been really good friends. For those of you that don't know, Paul was the one that is attributed as saying, slaves, obey your masters. So this woman who is free, who can take anything she wants to into her head, stays with the Bible. Now, I don't understand that. That is not me. That's not my journey. But it is for her. And so if you are ever in a situation where someone opens up about their faith and you think, I want you to think, would you say that to Howard Thurman's grandmother? Pretty sure I wouldn't. Now, I know I've been saying a lot of nice things about the Bible. And if you're anything like me, you're sitting there going, yeah, but. And you're right. For as long as it has been put into canon, which, let's face it, there's a whole bunch of different canons, and that's a whole other story. But for as long as it has been in use, people have used it as a weapon. It was used as a weapon to go over to other lands and invade them and murder their people. This is of a residential school where indigenous children were stolen from their families, all with the backing of what their interpretation of the Bible, where their agenda was to kill the Indian so they could save the man. Or this is a picture of a slave Bible that the missionaries of the British West Indian island would go and preach from. This Bible had 90% of the Hebrew Bible removed and 50% of the New Testament. You know why that is? Because it's not univocal. It's because the Bible doesn't have one message, it has a bunch of messages. And you can take things out that are fraying to people. Of course, it was used to uphold the violence of segregation and Jim Crow, of white supremacy. It was held up in our Capitol when fascists violently broke in, seeking to destroy. And just last month, this gentleman at the Leander City Council used the Bible in horrendous ways while the council was there to make a pride proclamation. The Bible has been a tool of white supremacy, heteropatriarchy for a very long time. It has been weaponized, which is exactly why we have to take it seriously. Now, I'm not saying we have to take it seriously like we all need to get scholared up and go and try to debate the man who was saying awful stuff. First of all, the scholarship doesn't support them, which I'm very happy to report. But secondly, this isn't a logical argument that we can win with them because it's not based on logics or reason. It's based on finding ways to support their gross, bigoted views. Also, there are tons of progressive Christians, and that's their job. I say we give it to them, right? I say we do 3 things. First, we don't just lay back and feel good about our aspirations. We do the work that the 8th principle calls us to do, which is to dismantle systems of oppression and racism in ourselves and in our institutions. We do work here. And then we continue to be a loud voice. They don't get to be the only voice of religion that says, let's ban books, let's harm queer people, let's put horrible things in the Rio Grande. No, we are a religious people. We use our voice and we say, that's against my religion. Your bigotry, your ignorance, whatever it is you are peddling, it is against my religion. We have just as much reason to be loud as they do, more so. More so. And finally, we continue to do what we're so good at doing, which is to be a healing place for people. Look, the weaponization of the Bible has left casualties in its wake, and I bet you some of them are here. I know I'm one. That kind of pain is a steep pain. Here, it's our own spiritual path. We get to move towards freedom. People could come here and unpretzel themselves from the narrow interpretation of this book that has caused them so much harm. We could be a place of healing. We are a place of healing. So we need to start taking our role seriously and make sure that we're welcoming anyone that's going to come through that door who needs us and needs the message that we have. Now I invite you to join me in time of reflection in word and in silence. Please make yourself comfortable. This meditation also comes from Reverend M. Jade Kaiser. May the love I am learning to practice not be so sentimental that it appears to lack direction. This love is moving with purpose, not toward a transcendent unity of rising above or a God of come together, but down in the depths of everything, where power and pain and possibility push and pull us toward or away from transformation. May there be no confusion that when I mean to say and do is love according to the principles that set free. Literally learning to love in the direction of abolition, and also learning from love that unbinds those deep down parts that cling fearfully to deaden and destroy. May the love I am learning to practice be tender, but also unafraid to bite. May the sharp teeth of its determination cut through every layer and legacy of all that has been done and undone in its name, and fiercely declare its truth. Let us hold that together in sacred stillness. Amen, and blessed be.
Sorry about that. We are the tradition of the Free Church. Our church and our community outreach are supported not from an outside source, but from within. Generosity, therefore, is one of the spiritual values we recognize as central to our personal and institutional well-being. On months with fifth Sundays, 50% of the offering and all designated contributions are deposited to the large project fund. Here is Mike Schultz to tell us more about it.
Hello, everyone. So this building serves not just us, but several other congregations. There are two at least that I am aware of. Plus, during the, plus we give the building, or not give the building, but use the building. And I knew I should have written this down. I'm sorry. Anyway, but we basically open our building up for like the Pride conference. I knew I should have written it down. Anyway, so the building gets a lot of use. And there are a lot of things that happen to it that you can't budget for. So one of the things that happened last December was that we had a water break in the ceiling of the second floor, and it basically cost a lot of money to repair that. And we are going to get some insurance coverage for it, but we just fixed the things that we knew that needed to be fixed, and we're hoping that the insurance covers most of that. Also, this year, we had the big freeze that dropped a lot of branches and things on the ground. We had great volunteer work that came in and basically pulled all that stuff together, but we had to basically hire a crew to come in and grind them all up and take the branches away. That was just too dangerous. We thought about doing it ourselves, but it was just too dangerous. And then we had several times where the water line coming into the building broke, and we had to have the plumbers had to come out 3 different times, and we finally got that fixed. But of course, we were on the hook for all the water that flowed down the drain. So what we are asking for is all the donations that you give us today are to basically improve the state of our building and our large project fund. I can tell you that we're in the process. Well, okay, I've lost my place. So we will be going through a process of improving the building for for its security. So there are basically, we've got a grant from the Homeland Security, but in order to prepare for that, we want to replace some of the windows in the building to make them more energy efficient, and we've had a generous donation to cover that. And then we are also thinking that we need to have the restrooms upstairs and downstairs to be more ADA compliant. So all of your money will be going to making this a very much more welcoming building. And I'm sorry I did not write this down, but I just thought I could do it. All right. All right, thank you very much, and I appreciate everything that you donate to us.
is my pleasure as your Director of Lifespan Faith Development this morning to invite you all to stay for our intergenerational, all ages, sing-along with Curtis. Curtis is leading us. He's not performing for us. Just want to... I got you. Okay, so but we're going to be singing all... He's chosen he's curated a list of hymns and songs for us to join our voices together and raise energy together and create joy and love and community together. And I have to say, one of the things that attracted me to this church was the fact that, do you know how many churches are sitting empty 6 days a week?
That was us.
Right? And this building is busy 7 days a week, building community, creating safe space, and it is just a glorious, glorious thing. And I'm so happy to be part of that. So I want to invite you. The nursery will be open until 12:30. We will have the sing-along in here because the acoustics are better. And there are also cards and baskets on the tables in the fellowship hall for writing cards to Plano. And next week, we have the blessing of the backpacks. So if you are a student, if you are a teacher, an educator in any form, which we all are, I invite you to bring your briefcase, your backpack, your lunchbox, literally or figuratively, next week for the blessing of our new school year. So thank you. Hope to see you at the sing-along.
Now, please rise as you are willing or able for closing hymn 155, Circle Round for Freedom. May you always feel confident in your knowing, in your own intuition, to take what frees you and leave that which does not. And may you always know that you are loved and held no matter where you are on your journey. Blessings on your week and blessings on your work.
Let us say these words to each other. We extinguish this flame, daring to carry forward the vision of this free faith, that freedom, reason, and justice will one day prevail across the nation and across the earth. And now, as we depart, we extend and receive the gift of hospitality by the first 5 minutes to talk to someone whom we don't yet know well. May we all know the blessings of friendship and community.